do you want to get?
A flower.
There?
Right here.
What kind of flower?
I don't know.
What do you mean? Just any flower?
I mean, maybe like a...
First tattoo? Is it your first tattoo?
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna make it look good. All right. On the back of your arm?
Yeah.
Stand up. I gotta like actually.
I'm sorry.
Cool. No, don't apologize. You're good. All right, stand over here, right there. All right, beautiful. Okay, how many flowers?
Like 3.
Little bouquet kind of thing?
Yeah.
Is there anything personal you want to add?
No. Oh, actually, yes. Put brown-eyed girl.
This is what it's like when you're going to go get your first tattoo. You're just happy to get a tattoo, but you really don't know what you want, which is why when it comes to women, when they decide to get tattoos, they just keep getting them until they figure out what they want.
Like a gal can help you move a couch. That's what I like. I like them sturdy. My wife does not like it when I say that, by the way. For real? Just like when I call her sturdy. But she's strong.
Trying to compete with you not only on a strength level, but on a mental level too. If you look at the girl in this video, she has a lot of tattoos. They all start off like the girl in the first video with no tattoos. Then eventually they end up like this, where they're just very dominant with something to prove. It's almost as if all the women are walking around with little man syndrome for no apparent reason. Why? Because men are not attracted to masculine women the same way as a woman is attracted to a masculine man. When a woman wants to gain strength, all she does is emulate and become the guy that she really wants.
My girl that usually does my waxes, it wasn't there today. The new person taking care of me like opened my legs real wide. I'm like, oh damn, like all the crevices and the corners were taken care of. This person was telling me like, oh, you're so fresh down there, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And like, I'm not gonna lie to you, for some reason this time around, like it dripped down there a little bit.
It's probably like a sensation.
Maybe. And then he was like, that's normal. You know, like, so he was saying that, you know, I should come back for more and just choose him each time, because if I really like...
What?
Huh?
You said he?
Yeah.
He.
This is a new TikTok trend that's going around where the girls get around their boyfriend and try to talk like their gynecologist is a male that's looking between their legs. When it's all said and done, yes, guys, women will be going to a gynecologist. Most of them are men that are looking between their legs. But you just have to be comfortable with who you are.
Because my boyfriend just turned 20 and he's taught me so much more. And age don't mean nothing because my boyfriend just turned 20 and he's taught me so much more. And I'm 27. And I met him I met him when he was 20. I met him when he was 17. I didn't date him till he was 19. And now he's 20.
Okay, can I ask you a question? I never heard that. Would you be?
No.
What the fuck? I'm serious.
No.
I
didn't know. Okay, when I met him, I didn't know. He was already established.
Everybody say I'm saying serious. No. I'm being serious.
The only difference is that younger guy probably just has more experiences than her, so he could get around her and tell more stories. Remember, I tell you guys, women live in themes. The more stories that you can tell, the more she thinks that you have more experience, and she sits there and listens. This is why the online community, you could become very popular if you just get used to telling stories, because people just want to hear stories. They want to hear experiences when you're not going through the experiences. That's what she's facing.
Stop. Okay, let me break this down for a second.
Because the age is better. Okay, we just said Marcus Houston. Everybody mad at him right now for what he did. That's what you did.
No.
That's what you did.
That's not what I did.
Okay.
No, Marcus Houston is 20-something years older than his girlfriend. This girl right here is only 7 years older than her boyfriend.
I knew when I met him, he was 17, but I didn't talk to him. And because he was opening his own gym. He was doing his own thing. So I never knew his age was
At
a
17.
thing. No, but look, let me tell you. I didn't talk to him. Once I found out his age, I stopped talking to him. And it took 2 years for us to follow up.
That's cap.
So what's the youngest y'all both would date?
You see these type of relationships from a woman when she gets desperate. She's not afraid to go date a younger guy because they're easier to be manipulative. When they start saying, oh, he acts different than what he is, he's more mature than what he is, that's just an excuse to convince others to stay in a relationship. Let's get to it.
Don't bring something to the table. On my team, You have to be an asset. You can't be a liability. If you're a liability, then you don't need to be on my team. That's no different from a female that's in my life. If she's a liability, then she'll need to be with me. If she don't want to listen and learn, or she don't bring something to the table, then she'll need to be around me.
He's absolutely right. And you guys have to learn to be that way. And the reason why you have to learn to be that way is because you have to have a plan that cannot be disrupted. In other words, you have to look at your plan as being the most important thing in the world, and then everything else is a distraction, including sleep. If you talk to anyone that is successful and have made it now, they're going to tell you during the grind phases of you actually grinding to get to where you at, sleep is going to become a distraction. The clubs are going to become a distraction. Everything that does not help you get to the top will be a distraction. So when it comes to the woman that's in your life, you have to stop and say, is she holding me down or she's slowing me down? Is she helping me get to the top or is she a distraction that's stopping me from getting ahead? The guy that puts the relationship in a woman above everything normally does not get a chance to live out his dream. He just becomes a worker for a woman he's constantly trying to impress. Next video, we got my man Kevin Samuels is going to be breaking down a story in Starbucks with a female. And you guys already know this is the legendary Kevin Samuels. We will be keeping his name alive. Let's get to it.
One day I was in Starbucks. Gorgeous woman standing in front of me. She's ordering her stuff and I say, and I hold my cup up, I was like, I'll have the normal and Beauty here is gonna pay for it. That woman looked at me. She's like, excuse me. I was like, oh, I told him it was on you because you got your Starbucks thing. You're beautiful. You know that. A part of me said, oh, don't let her pay. I was like, okay, hold on, don't do it. Just see what happens. Just see what happens. She said, oh, enjoy that. Oh, by the way, introduced herself, asked me, was about to give me her card. I was like, here's my number. I gave her my number. She called me 2 hours later. The rest of that story on another stream. The point is this, guys. Women like assertive men. Monday, I was in Starbucks.
He's right. A lot of situations with guys where you fold up at is being assertive, and that's right. That's because you don't have the confidence in you. And the reason why you don't have the confidence in you is because there's a lot of boundaries in society that you are afraid of. What do I mean by boundaries in society? Harassment. You don't know how she's going to take it. Nowadays, women will look at harassment if they think you're ugly and they're not attracted to you. But if they're attracted to you, then that all the stuff that the guy that gets the harassment charges do, you can do and actually get away with it. That's what men are facing now. They don't know if to be alpha. They don't know to be simp, because if you're simp, she's going to run all over you. But if you're alpha, then it's something about you that's just wrong. It's like you're caught in between of being a moody man and being different characters, just like women go through moods. See, men have given women the power, but women change their personalities 4 to 5 times throughout the day. So at any given day, at any given hour, a woman would change the way she thought yesterday. All right, next video is going to be Tommy Sotomayor. You are breaking down double standards on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Let's get to it.
Hurt their feelings.
1 billion people in the world.
Yeah, you can't find a male version of Lizzo, but you can find several big chicks getting big upped by society simply because they don't want to hurt their feelings. You can tell a man his was trash, he doesn't make enough, he's not tall. Yeah, you literally can clown a man for things that if you clown a woman for, you look at as a bad person.
Exactly. That's what women don't speak about when it comes to equality. You never speak about the point that what if the tables were turned? What if it was the other way around? They nitpick at what they want to protest. They nitpick at what they think equality is, but it's always in their favor. Why? Because of emotions. We live in a world now where everyone's trying to treat each other how they feel inside, but no one knows how you feel inside. You just have a whole bunch of people that are looking the same way as you, that are identifying with you, so they're insecure inside, and that's what's happening. Lizzo is getting bigged up because women feel like it is okay to be big now. Why? Because a lot of these guys' testosterone levels are so low that they think these big women are attractive because they've been going so long in their life without having a woman that anyone starts to look pretty. I tell girls all the time, you could take the ugliest woman in the world and walk her past a prison yard. There's going to always be a guy giving her compliments because they're not around a woman. But if you take the guy who can always get the women, he ain't gonna be the guy that's handing out the compliments. And that's typically the guy they want anyway. Next video is gonna be coming from my man, Mr. Good Breed. This is another one of my day ones out there. You guys get out and go and subscribe to this man's channel. He was just on AMS's channel. I'm giving him a stamp. AMS showed him some love. So this is Mr. Good Breed, and this is a clipping on what's a 304 in the hoe. Let's get to it.
You know what I'm saying? What makes someone a hoe? It can be, there's a good hoe and there's a bad hoe. The good hoe is somebody you can just call and be like, this one of my hoes, but like, he not really a hoe, you know what I'm saying? And then there's the hoes. They just be doing whatever to get in whatever door. I done seen some girls be with some nasty looking boys. And like, she be fine. I be looking at her like, and no, it's not all about looks, but we know what you're doing here.
Okay, I kind of get what she's saying. You got some good hoes and you got some bad ones, but this is the point of what I'm trying to tell you. When it comes to a woman, a thought is going to be the girl that's out there that's just giving it away to anyone. The whore is going to be the one who's constantly practicing hypergamy. In other words, those are the girls that are going to date the drug dealers. They're going to date the bad guys. They're going to try to get close to the rappers. They're going to try to get and scheme their way. They're always aiming for money. But typically when you're dealing with like a thought bot, these are girls that are coming from single parent homes, grew up bad, household is just dysfunctional. They're all stressed out inside. And the only way that they feel good is whenever they are in bedroom with another guy getting dopamine releases. It's all psychological. Understand that. That's the difference between the two. Next, we got my man, Lil Baby is going to be breaking down his problem with it if he ever catches a woman with another man. Let's get to it.
My problem ain't with you, cause I know how these females be. If I felt like you and my girl was fucking around, and I felt like whatever my problem with the girl, cause that's where my loyalty's supposed to be at.
He's right. That's where your loyalty is supposed to be at. That's why when a woman cheats, it's worse than when a man's cheat, because a man is counting on you to be loyal because he's going to go through more to protect you. He's going to go through more to take care of you. A man is going to dedicate more of himself to actually protecting a woman and trying to provide for a woman than a woman is for a man. Most women that are going to put they self in harm's way in order to appease a man is normally a dysfunctional woman who is addicted to drugs and maybe have they self a pimp that's controlling them. In the modern world that we live in now, there is no dating structure out. It is going to be a battle of alphas and hyenas. Simple as that. The guys out here who are showing the most dominancy and showing the most assertiveness is going to be the guy that get the women, because it's too easy to get money. You're not going to be able to be a nerd now and be a multi-millionaire and think she's going to look at you as being alpha and a provider and just fall in love with you, because women are like, well, we can get the money now, so there's no need for me to just actually go for a man with money, because I just want to be happy at some point. Once you start buying materialistic things, then you'll start to notice that, hey, the happiness is not there. So you're going to have a lot of women that's going to run up that credit card and they're going to continue to work their jobs to pay off their debt. But they're going to say, you know what, even with these things, I'm not happy. I still need a real man in my life. And men are just going to have to get a little bit tougher. We could continue to say, hey, the women are like this, the women are like that. Okay, we know, but we live in a different time now. We live in an entire different time. This is the wild, wild west. Only the strong is gonna survive. And it's always been that way. There's never been a time that weak people ruled the world. It just don't work that way. Only the strong is going to survive. And it's just all frontier now. You have to outthink the world. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.